welcome back, everybody, to session 54. Uh, this is our second to last session with these characters. We will be finishing our story next week at session 55, where we will wrap up both Kieran and Keladri and also the grand story. But for now, let's recap what has happened. Last week, we took our first steps into the maze. This Triwizard Tournament style hedge of mystery. As each person stepped into their own private maze, each witnessed a different moment happen. For Yasin, he was back aboard his ship, the Phoenix, and helming a vessel coming towards him was a younger version of himself. And amidst an epic sea battle and a one-on-one duel with his younger counterpart, Yasin defeated his young self, not through anger or even through guilt, but literally with a courage to move forward, to forgive himself, and to be better. Grimm saw Alexander and watched as he lost control of his demon form and became nothing more than a beast. And while she had every chance to cut him down, she instead continued to reach out to the small part of his heart that remained tied to hers. And even though their battle took them into the sky, in the end, she carried his human form back down to the ground, where her love cured him of his bestial nature. And Nim eventually found pain, traveling through the memories that she had of running away from home, running away from the monastery, running in a life of adventure. She eventually found her way back to pain, back to that temple, where she had the very real ability to reconnect with him and to continue forward with him together. Because he really did love her. But she turned her back on pain. Once and for all, she finally broke that curse and learned of her lineage tying back to Thonis and what it meant. That within her draconic ancestry, something was calling her to step forward alone. And in that, she gained hope that even while being alone, she could change the future. Thonis came to all three of them, told them to remember that moment and remember what each of them brought: love, courage, and hope. And the three of them, completing their trial, stepped out of the mist and stood before the font of Io, the pensieve that stores the memories of the elder god. But before we see what this chalice of memories has to offer, we must first journey to Estrella. Estrella, you step into the maze. What do you do?
Ooh, I'm gonna start moving forward.
You do so. Walk forward, and you realize that this maze goes in two directions. After about 20 feet, you have to the left or to the right. A not quite a fork in the road, more of a T, like a pure T. Which path do you choose, left or right? Or do you choose to do something else? Anything you.
Can I make, we're in a magical maze. Can I do an arcana check and see if I feel anything to the left or the right?
Absolutely, roll Arcana for me.
Beautiful. Nice. That is going to be a 21.
21, nice roll. Here's what you feel and what you can see in the magic around you. To your mind's eye, there is no maze. Where you would normally see the energy that the trees give off and the flowers and the shrubs, while you may not be a what do they call them, the nature mages, druid. While you may not have druid powers, all mages can feel the life force around them. They can all touch into that. There is no life force coming from around you. These trees and hedges that are forming this maze are not alive. They're not real. And you can sense where the font of Io is. You can feel it calling you like a beacon of energy. It's the only real thing in this place is that energy source. And you can sort of see it. It's almost a mile to the right. It's just at the edge of your vision, right where the horizon bends. You can kind of see its glow, its magical energy.
Interesting. Since the trees aren't real and I'm a ghost, can I just walk straight through the hedges towards it?
You can. As you reach out and make contact with the hedge in front of you, rather than turning left or turning right, you just go forward. You pass right through the hedge. And you don't even feel a sense of like you've walked through anything. You just kind of see a little leaves, another path. And you pop out on the other side. And here you see it sort of curving in two different directions, and you can watch as the trails merge at the other end. You almost see with a double sight. You can see the trail, and you can see nothing, just the font.
I'm gonna keep going towards it.
Okay. I want you to make a perception check.
You're just creeping on them, buddy.
There's a cat in the corner.
Just staring at you guys.
Anyone?
Oh, that's gonna be a 2.
I'm about to say, get all your good rolls out now.
That was it. I did.
As you float forward, the best way that I could describe what happens, it's like tripping, but it's weird for a ghost because you don't make contact with things. So it's like you tripped on the air, but you pass over a body that you didn't see was there, and your spirit almost snags on it, and you kind of feel this sense of falling and this feeling of tripping as you pass over this body and literally pass through it. And you feel stuck for a moment. It's a powerful force of magic, but it's definitely a body.
I don't want to stop and look at it. Whose body is it?
As you look down, you see that you have passed through the form of Lunas.
Ooh.
And you can see her lying on the ground, she doesn't look like she always does to you. You see her as an ethereal, angelic, godly figure, but what you see before you feels very corporeal, very real. There's no glow to her. She seems solid. And while her armor and her features are beautiful, she also looks like she's gone through a battle and perhaps didn't win that fight. But you can see that there is breath in her. Her chest does rise and fall.
Interesting. Can I try? She looks like a person. Can I try cure wounds and see if I can help her?
Sure, go for it.
All right. Two. Verse. That's 6 points.
Okay. As you bend over her body and conjure the healing energy that you're used to calling from Lunas into somebody else, it's almost strange to you that you're using your connection to this deity to heal the deity. But it does work. And you feel your energy pass into Lunas, and you watch as color is restored to her features. What was once kind of a gray pallor to her cheeks turn a little bit more pinkish. There still is a paleness to her, but she looks more alive. And you hear her breath catch. And she opens her eyes and looks at you, and the one thing that you notice is this striking gaze that she uses on you. It's almost fear that's in her eyes. Estrella! What has happened? Where are we?
We're in a maze. What happened to you? I'm dead.
I can see that. Help me up, please.
I'll help her to her feet.
And you notice that though you are a ghost and it takes some concentration, you feel that the weight of her is more than it should be. She's 2 times as heavy as you would estimate in your mind. This is something feels off about lifting her up. But she does get to a standing position and seems steady. And she looks at you. I told you not to throw your life away, Estrella. And yet you are dead. I am sorry for that. You at least had good reason to die.
I think it was worth it.
That's all we can hope for in the end. Lunas looks around, and the fear, you notice that fear expression that she gave to you when she first woke up, it hasn't gone away. And there is a slight tremor to her body.
Can I do like an insight check or something?
Of course.
I don't know. No! Oh my god!
That's my patron too!
Shut up. Hey, this is my episode. You already had yours.
This is bad.
Down in front.
It's like her beach episode. Let her have it.
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Is that the first time this season?
I know, right? It's like I think
You
she
need
got
your dice. Bam.
Okay. Here's what your natural 20 gets you. It gets you a snoot. Boop. There you go. Boop for you right there. Natural 20 boop. And
he's complete. Oh, there you go.
You completely ruined the focus for a second.
Rain's like you weirdo.
Now you just get cat.
When you look at Lunas, there are two things that stand out to you with your insight. The first is that this Lunas is not a deity. Whatever made her a goddess is gone. What stands before you is just a person. A high elf, perhaps even an astral elf, but nothing more. She is flesh and blood. The second thing that you notice about Lunas is that she seems older than you remember. Her features are more sunken in, and you can tell that the battle she was in was not done with weapons. You know enough about healing to understand the difference between a magical attack and a sword or a bludgeoning punch or something like that, and you can tell that all the wounds on her were all 100% done by magic.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask her how she got here and who she was fighting.
Fighting. I wasn't I? I was in a battle of some sort. And she reaches up and touches her face, and she winces when she touches the burn marks from the different magical impacts she's taken. I can't remember who I was fighting. It could have been Thonis. It could have been Tiamat. It was a dragon. Large. I can't remember more than that. Estrella, am I... It's going to sound strange, but am I glowing?
You're not glowing. You have the aura of a person. Do you know how that happened?
I'm not
Yes,
sure.
cats get in the way.
The cat snoot did it. I swear. No. If I am no longer a goddess, then I am being punished.
By who? By whomst?
Perhaps by Io himself. Estrella, we are by his memories. Io, the great elder dragon, I feel like I can sense his presence nearby. That is where we are, yes?
Yes, I think yes.
Good. This is good. And we are nearing the end. Estrella, I'm going to tell you one lie and one truth. And I cannot tell you which is which. But it is up to you to figure out the truth. Because everything from this moment forward hinges upon it. Her iPad fell over.
That was intense.
That was amazing. The timing of that.
The music and everything. I was like, what just...
Oh,
That was totally planned.
so good.
You're welcome.
So good. Okay. Alrighty, okay. Are you ready, my child?
I get back into the seriousness.
Thaunus caused the death of your people. Tiamat killed your family. And Lunas just stares at you. The fear is still there. You can tell with her breathing that she is anxious. You can feel her energy coming off in waves of almost panic. But nothing about her body flinched when she said these two statements to you. And your insight would be high enough to tell if you could see it in her body that she was lying or telling the truth. But she waits for your response. What do you do, Estrella?
We have a complicated relationship, but could be likely.
Wait.
But I don't.
Honest caused the death of your people, but she killed your parents.
Family.
Family.
One or the other. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to like.
Now, you can ask questions.
Attack Lunas.
Lunas only said she couldn't tell you the truth or the lie. But she didn't say you couldn't ask questions.
Okay. Alright. So I'll ask her. Do you trust Thaunus?
She takes. That's a damn good question. Lunas and the DM take a pause and they think. You watch something change in Lunas's eyes. I'm gonna let you play this whole thing with your nat 20 insight because why not?
Right.
So you watch her eyes change in this moment, and it's almost as if there's a fondness, a memory that passes in front of her. And she goes, "My dear, I don't trust Thaunus. At all."
Interesting. Do we trust Tiamat?
Other,
That's right.
the one we
yeah.
fought.
God, that seems pretty. She's been a shady bitch too.
Even be picking on her granddaughter, Kelladry. We don't trust her.
I trust her.
I resent that question.
I trust her a little bit less because she had some beef with her own family. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say that Thaunus caused the death of our friends is the lie, and that she killed my family was the truth. Final answer.
Lunas grabs your hand. And she looks at you for a long moment. My child, you could have asked all the questions you wanted. Thaunus is the reason. Your village is dead. That was the truth.
Damn, I gave him a second chance.
Tima never knew your parents. And she never knew you before your encounter.
Shit, that makes sense. God damn
Whip.
This will be harder. But perhaps we can salvage this. And you watch as Lunas pulls a dagger from her belt.
it. Oh no.
And she starts to cut. Now, she's still holding your hand with one arm. So with her other one, she cuts from the inside of the elbow
Ooh.
across her forearm and continues moving towards your arm.
Okay. I'm gonna let her do it. I don't know what she's doing. I'm gonna go with her though.
Okay. She continues the cut up across. She misses the artery on the wrist on both her hand and yours,
Okay.
but continues the cut afterwards up to where the inside of your elbow is. It's not deep, but deep enough to cause it to bleed.
Okay.
And she takes her hand and smears the blood across both of your arms and continues to move back and forth. And as she does, you feel a heat coming from your hand. And you notice a glow. And as she moves back and forth, she pulls away. And the blood trail flows with her hand, creating an archway in front of you. And she continues to move her hand in wider and wider circles, moving the blood that she gathered from both of your arms until it's to the side, creating a giant vortex, a Doctor Strange portal, if you will, made out of blood.
Oh, that is creepy.
Frankly, I don't care for it.
No. Okay. What's in the portal?
As you look inside the portal and you feel Lunas let go, Lunas immediately drops to one knee.
God.
Inside the portal, you see your village as it was, fully intact, people going about their days, living their life. It looks peaceful, normal. You don't recognize any of them, but you swear some of their features seem familiar, almost as if you're looking at grandparents who are now younger, kind of a thing.
Oh.
What do you do? The portal in front of you, Lunas is kind of behind you on her knees now, and she's cradling her cut arm. The damage seems to have been more severe to her than it was to you.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna end up killing Lunas again. Yeah, all right, I'll ask her. Am I looking at a memory? Am I looking at like an alternate timeline, like back in time? What am I looking at? And is there a way to go back and keep it this way?
Now she asks the questions. That's where this portal, used through blood magic, is to the past. And yes, there is a chance that it may be kept this way. This, child, is the day Thornus came to our village. This is the day he met me. I will hold this portal open as long as I can. But as My blood drains. Its magic weakens. All I can offer you is my life, Estrella, for the chance that you can undo the mistakes that I made. But the choice is yours.
All right. What specifically did he do when he showed up? What I'm doing, because a human body only has so much blood in it. I need a play-by-play.
She's like an elf. She's got more blood.
She's
got more blood.
When you talk to Lunas, you watch her eyes roll to the back of her head. And she gets into this meditative state. And she does not answer your questions.
Of course she doesn't.
I'm sorry, I just saw Eli's comment in the chat. All right, God, I'm not getting anything else out of her. I'm gonna dive in. Let's go in this portal.
Yep, you dive in. You avoid all the blood. You have a very nice swan dive with a, half gainer, double tuck, and you pop out on the other side and you go, nailed it.
Yeah.
Nobody in the village. Yeah, nobody in the village cares. They. You notice that nobody really looks at you, which you find interesting.
Now you're like a ghost in a memory.
Damn.
But what you do see is this woman who walks right past you, who bears a striking resemblance to Lunas, but younger. Much. Yep, you can follow her. She's younger than you. From an elf standpoint, she may be 50. Just barely old enough to be considered of marriage age. By human standards, she's a teenager. And she greets various villagers very pleasantly, and you hear them call out, Lunaira, hail, hail, Lunaira. And you start to understand that Lunas's original name, who she really was Lunaira. As you follow her, she catches something in the distance. There is a spark of magic. You can feel it, and you can tell that Lunas, or Lunaira, feels it as well, which is interesting. You sense from her a strong connection to cleric magic. You can feel that from her. So the two of you go to investigate this spark of magic in a field. As you both get closer, there is a familiar feeling that washes over you, Estrella. You feel the same magical energy that surrounds the Tavern of Realms. You feel the same eddies and flows, the same power, and you feel a much younger, much stronger presence of Thaunus. And as you and Lunaira approach this portal, you see a hand reach through it, almost as if trying to punch a hole in the fabric of space and time. You see another hand reach through. The two hands turn, the palms gripping the edge of the portal like a tear, and pulling at it, and pulling himself through. Long hair covering his face, robes hanging loosely over a young and solid frame is Thaunus. And he steps over the other side, flips back his hair. Ah! Finally, I've made it back. Who are... My. My manners, please. I am Thonis. And he bows dramatically. And you see a young Lunas curtsy. I'm Lunaira. What what brings you to this realm, ancient god? You are a god, aren't you? Is that what I sensed? Lunaira. I will be anything you wish, if I can have but a moment of your time. And Lunaira, being young and innocent, and overtaken by what you have to admit is the sheer beauty of Thonis in his prime. You watch as the two interlock arms and move off into the village together. What do you do, Estrella?
I cock block. I'm going to. um, um, so I'm assuming I'm still a ghost here. Ghostly rules still apply. Oh god, I didn't think this far ahead. So if they're arm in arm, can
Yep.
I just like I wanna be a ghost and I wanna like get his hair in his I wanna like cause a weird breeze. I want him to like and then I wanna like try to get her and like steer her this way.
Okay.
We're going.
Roll a d20. So we're gonna do this like everybody else. D20 versus D20. Let's see how you succeed.
Okay, I hope this is a good Estrella roll. 5.
Cool. 5 versus 19. So here's what happens.
This sucks.
The sign of victory. You got this. Here's what happens. As you move to Thonis' hair and all that stuff, you do succeed. Like there is, it's almost like a wind picks up, and Lunas is, or Lunaira, as she's known at this young age, kind of moves away, just on her own, naturally, as Thonis is kind of batting away at his own hair, throwing up in his face, and he looks around and knows this wasn't natural. And he rolls up his sleeves.
Oh.
And you notice that he has these glorious tattoos on his sleeves. And you realize that when you've met him in the tavern, he never once came to any of you without being fully buttoned up to his, up to his wrists, up to his neck. You've never seen what he looks like under there. And so you get just this glimpse of these glorious tattoos, runic emblems and symbols of fire and ice. You see the elements etched into his skin. And he raises his hands, his forearms together, and he goes, "To that which is beyond my sight, reveal yourself to me." And as his forearms touch, your ghostly presence solidifies in front of him. And he sees you with your hands up right where you were messing with his hair. And he's like, "Of course."
A ghost from the future. Just like I thought.
Was foretold.
That's it. That's a great session. Thank you guys so much for coming.
You feel your body solidify. Whatever it was that made you ghostly, that sense that you could pass through objects, you now feel like a fully alive, fully fleshy being standing in front of Thonis. He pulled
Am
you.
Am I a fully fleshy being who's standing in front of Thonis still bleeding from the arm?
You notice that your arm is starting to stop. Like there is a little bit of blood, but it is starting to stop.
Okay. Oh god. I should have known this would have gone this way.
Can I help you? I imagine you are from this village.
Yes. Can I help you?
I've never seen you before. And you see Lunira step up beside Thonis.
Oh God.
Who are you?
Oh God. Do I lie? If I tell him the truth, it sounds crazier than a lie. Honestly. I wonder if I can get Lunas to believe me. She's not a deity yet, though. She's a person. So,
Very true.
well, God. I probably should have followed them to see what they're doing, because I've gotten myself into a pickle.
If you're done with your antics and the hijinks, Lunira and I would value some time to ourselves.
Ew.
I know you. I bet you would.
I am sorry. I do not know you. I do not understand why you are
This way.
giving me this attitude.
Why are
Have I
you?
done something to offend you? If I did, I am sorry.
You have, but it hasn't happened yet, so it's kind of hard to explain.
I suspect you are from the future then, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you guessed that one. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, there are not many other things I could think of, given your state and your presumptions. Even if you are from the future, which I doubt. Truly. I truly doubt.
Okay.
But let's say that you are.
Mhm.
Is there any particular reason that you stand in my way now?
I don't know what you're about to do, but it's gonna kill a lot of people here. So I'm with you. I'm not leaving. I don't know what you're up to. And I'm gonna stick out my hand and I'm gonna say, I'm Estrella.
He doesn't shake your hand.
Of course he doesn't. He's a bitch.
Oh,
He looks at it, and then he looks at you. I am going to kill this village.
you admit it.
That is what you think is about to happen. And his eyes, they no longer drill you with arrogance, but there is a little bit of concern.
Okay. Came through a blood portal. Stop. Whatever you're planning to do. God damn it.
You really believe you are from the future, and that I killed this village, your home?
Yeah, what do you do? What you doing here? Where'd you come from? What you up to?
So many questions.
I will let you choose.
I'm already dead. What do I have to lose?
I'm gonna let you choose between intimidation or persuasion, whichever is higher.
Oh,
Kick
God.
right up in his grill.
I'm gonna get up in his grill. I don't know.
In his Kool-Aid.
I don't know. This feels like a callback to way back at the beginning of the game last year when I was trying to eavesdrop and I rolled a 1 and I fell into the conversation. I didn't know what to do from there. Like that's just this a year later. You said intimidation
Or persuasion. Yeah, whichever one is higher.
Those are both -1, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, that's gonna be a 2. That was a 3 - 1.
I'm rolling your character next time.
Estrella's gonna go out in Estrella fashion. I love it. This is great to the end. Damn, she just cannot roll above a 10 to save her life. Thonis looks
Nope.
at you.
Okay.
He goes, I, I appreciate that perhaps you believe in all of this, and maybe from your point of view, perhaps it is true. I have seen strange things, no doubt, but I am not here to kill anyone in this village. In fact, I'm here for quite the opposite. I thought this was the land of the Sakuvs, the high elves who once ruled this area. But my timing is off. So, I will make the best of what this village has to offer. Lunaira, is it? I would greatly appreciate if you just showed me around. I am interested to see how I can be of service here. Nothing more, elf. Just service.
Oh, I bet you're gonna do service, sir.
Well, if you'll come with me, Lord Thonis, and she holds her elbow out, and he goes, please, I am just a man. There's no special formalities here. And you watch as the two of them walk off into the village together.
Yep.
Now again, you can do whatever you want. You can stop this however you want to stop it. But you get this sense that something is pulling on the back of your, I would say the middle of your back. It's almost like there's a string attached to it, and you feel this pulling sensation. And when you turn to look in that direction, you see the portal. And you can see that Lunas looks older.
Uh-oh.
She is faded.
Cast Eldritch Blast.
Grab him and take him through the portal.
You estimate that if, just judging by how her blood loss is and what you know of medicine, which is extremely extensive, you are Dr. Strange level smart when it comes to this stuff. She has minutes left to live before that portal closes. 10 at the most.
If I stick my hand through and cure wounds, sir, can I give myself a few more minutes?
No.
Shit. No, that was my backup plan. Okay. I have a few minutes. Oh God, and he's gonna kill this village. Jeez. No pressure. No pressure at all.
Is it something that Luna says to him that makes him destroy the village?
I don't know.
That I did.
Maybe you need to attack Lunas.
No.
Lunaira. How well do you really know Luna?
Apparently.
Pledged my life to her.
Oh God, I only have like 10 minutes. What if he's not gonna do this in the next 10 minutes? He's fucking around. Do I just
find out?
God? Can I follow them from a distance, like even more of a
Yeah,
than
you can do whatever you
before?
want. They're actively trying to ignore you right now, and
I'm sure they are.
And you watch as Lunaira takes Thonis around the village, showing him various things, the town square, places that you remember, but they seem newer, fresher, as if they were recently built. You remember some of the paint chipping off of the general store, but the way you see it here now, it is bright blue and inviting, and you can see smiling faces of people who, they're just all so young. Everyone here you remember being old, like beyond old, like ancient, as a young kid growing up, you're like, look at all these old people.
Gross.
And of course, elves live for such a long time, but everybody in this village is under 100, you'd say. You're probably the oldest person walking in this village right now.
Yeah, Stella, so old.
They all have to respect me as their elder. He just got here. Doesn't know who I am. And
Everybody's young. The place is new. He's really young.
my God. And I've got 10 minutes.
You have to woo him. No, I'm just kidding.
Use your body.
No.
Roll for seduction. No one's done that yet this campaign. That's because we don't have a bard.
I didn't have to. No, I'm just kidding.
Only bards. True, me neither. God. Only bards have that ability?
No, anybody can do
Anybody can do it, but bards do it.
Bard's got an
more-
advantage. I'm just
I
saying.
didn't know that was an option.
Start the game.
Next character. Next character.
Next character.
She's gonna play a whole different character next time.
I want to seduce the dragon. What do you do,
Can
Estrella? You can. I will just say, without having to roll again, you're working off of a nat 20 insight.
Oh, I'm milking that nat 20.
Yeah, look away. You know you're in the past of your village.
Yes.
You'd say that this is probably the founding of this place. And you remember that your village died of a curse that eventually overtook their bodies the way it overtook your arm and turned them all into the living dead. But that curse took hundreds of years before everyone was killed. And you know that this Thonis is young and wouldn't remember you or anyone. Because if you're hundreds of years into your past, then this Thonis is hundreds of years younger than the one that you know.
He's going to do
And clearly he's a cocky asshole when he's a young guy.
No.
Yeah, obviously. That guy who would curse a fucking village. Can I do... I can't just follow them around. Can I do some kind of like... Estrella would know, like... Does she know anything about where this curse originated? Like,
Yes.
cut him off at the pass and see what he's doing.
The curse originated in a house whose name and inhabitants were stricken from your council's records. In fact, they were once blamed for bringing the curse to the village. Every house, you can think of who it belongs to. Every house makes sense. This young person is that old person. This and you start to make those connections. You must live here. You have to live there. You're so and so Fred McGill or McCutticuddy, and they lived over there. Like you're remembering all these old people and where they should be and how life had formed. The only person you can't place is Lunira.
Oh shit. Oh shit, I gotta go to her house.
To go to the one that you straight up don't recognize.
Yeah.
The most.
I'm Naruto running.
You do.
We are fighting dreams.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw. Or just roll a d20. Don't worry about wisdom save. Just roll a straight d20. Let's keep it simple.
Okay.
Beat a 7.
Hold on, I'm changing dice. I'm stealing Eli's dice.
There you go.
All you gotta do is beat a 7. Beat a 7. You got this.
Okay, that's a very high number, Chris. For some of us. I did not beat a 7, Chris.
Okay. What did you get?
I got a 5 again.
Wow.
What was your plus?
It's not the dice, it's the character. Same thing happened to Eli. It's just Estrella.
Gold.
You feel time shift as you're running to this house. You have a choice in this moment. You can either let the time shift happen, or through blood magic of your own, forcibly keep it in place. What you're seeing in front of you is the house of Lunaira shift between the way it looks now, a warm, cozy country cottage surrounded by flowers and this beautiful meadow, to an old, dilapidated, torn down building surrounded by dirt and a fence to keep people off the property. And these two images flash in your mind back and forth. And you can feel time slipping and wanting to move to when you were in this village, to be current with your timeline. You feel the past literally trying to spit you forward.
Ooh, so I can do blood magic to keep myself in the past.
Yep.
I'm assuming that if I run out of blood, I'm like dead ×2, like permadeath.
The minute you cast any kind of a blood magic spell, which can be anything you make up because it's fun at this point, the consequence is your time. There'll be a counter. There'll be a timer. And if you don't complete the objective within that timer, you will die. And if you die twice, as you know, you cease to exist entirely. Past, present, and future, Estrella will never have existed.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Alright, see, that would have held a little more weight, except these rolls. Maybe she deserves it. Okay, how much time will I have?
You won't know.
Oh. Alright. I gotta stop a curse in an undefined amount of time. Alright, we're doing blood magic.
All right, describe what you do. How do you root yourself to the past?
I am going to... So I'm standing in front of the house. Can I, like... So the house in the past has, like, flowers and everything. Can I, like, grab a handful of flowers to root myself to that spot?
Sure.
Flowers, blood.
Okay.
You create a small cut in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And as you watch the back and forth flashing of time, you grab onto these flowers, squeeze the blood into them, and you feel yourself instinctually casting a ritual spell. One that takes your blood and turns it into vines. And these vines reach down into the ground and literally root in place. And you feel your spirit tied to these vines as you tether yourself, anchor yourself to the past. The shifting stops, and you can feel this trickle in the palm of your hand. And you know it's not going to stop. You can tell. And you just feel blood dripping down the pathway as you walk to Lunaira's house. What do you do?
All right, I am going to, I don't want to go inside yet, but I want to get right outside the door and I want to do an Arcana check and I want to see what magic is happening inside this house before I step into it.
All right.
Hey, fuck. Okay. I have really good Arcana. That's an 18.
Okay. I rolled a 17. Nice job. As you reach out with your arcanic abilities, you feel two bodies on the inside. You can tell it's Faunus and Lunaira.
Oh.
It's not as bad as you think. But what you can tell is that some time has passed. While you were blipping back and forth between past and present, time did move on without you. It's almost as if you were lagging in space. And when you rooted yourself, enough time had passed that they had gone into the house and they're conversing, talking with each other. But you can sense something more could happen in this moment.
Could happen in this moment.
Hasn't happened yet. Nothing's happened yet. There's been no spell cast, no magic, nothing of that sort. But what you feel is this desire from the two of them.
Ew, what? Oh God, how do I stop something that hasn't happened yet?
You yell fire.
Every out. And this is the police. Oh my God, what are they doing? Why are they being such little freaks? What is happening? This is not how I expected this to go. All right, hold on. What do I have? What can I do? What makes sense? Can I eavesdrop for a second? What are they talking about?
You can. You move, since you can sense their auras, you move to a window, which you find is a kitchen. You can see that the two of them are seated at a table together, just enjoying a meal. And you can hear them talking back and forth. And you hear Thonis. It's a lovely village that you have here. It is not what I expected. Really? What did you expect, my lord? Please, you don't have to call me that.
But keep calling me that. You're right. Yeah.
We keep calling it. Let's do it.
I have come here once before. It was quite some time ago. I had met some wonderful people who took me in and made me a part of their home, their culture, the Sakovs. But I don't know what happened to them. Lunaira reaches out a hand and touches Thonis's hand. Was there someone there that you lost? Yes. A powerful woman. A dragon, actually. How the lineage started. Even your elf clan can somehow trace themselves back to a dragon, no? Well, those are the legends. A lot of early races came from dragons. They're not legends. I myself am a dragon. I just walk like this because it's easier to get in doorways. And she giggles a little bit.
Okay.
I shouldn't stay much longer, honestly. The woman I'm looking for is not here, and as much as I have enjoyed your company, Lunaira, as wonderful as you are, perhaps I should not stay. Maybe my being here might cause some damage to your village, and now I have doubts. So I will go. No, wait. Stay, please. I never met someone like you before.
I've never been with a dragon.
I'm embarrassed to say, but I really like you. Like, really, really like you.
Like.
Lunaira, you are Very young. Appreciate and flattered. But I really should go. No, stay. And she reaches out and pulls him into a kiss, which you can see through the window. And for a moment, you watch as Thonis tries to resist. What do? I can keep this cutscene going, but I want to know what you're going to do.
So he's trying to leave. She's trying to kiss him. And I still don't know who's cursing what. It's like a telenova, and I got popcorn. I'm outside of this window.
Yes.
You're asking there and ask some questions. Come on, you're thinking too hard.
That went so well last time. Oh God.
Bitch, I am from the future. I can prove it.
Yeah. I'm at the window now, right?
Yeah, by the kitchen. There is a back door. Oh, you can open the. Yeah, you can open it. It's not locked.
I'm opening the window. I'm rolling in. I'm interrupting a kiss. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. Follow up.
I need you to do an acrobatics check for that roll real quick. If you can do, it's gonna make a lot of noise.
Wait.
You face plant into the planks.
No. That would
No,
be
the two of them are absolutely 100% surprised. You see an almost a look of relief past Thonis's eyes for the briefest moment, but Lunira looks at you and she goes, "You bitch! How dare you break into my home?"
Okay, I can explain. I'm so sorry. I know there's like a first date vibe going on here. But here's the thing. And I'm not gonna let her, I'm gonna speed talk, and I know you don't believe me and I'm from the future, and terrible things have happened and the multiverse is real, and I'm from this village, except not right now. Later in the future. Everybody dies. I'm trying to stop it. There's a curse that came from this house. This is your house. Do you want to explain that to me, young lady?
Lunira is speechless.
Yeah.
At this, like, you're just like blah, 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 blah. It's like a word vomit just coming out, and she understands about half of what you're saying. Thonis is picking up on everything, and you watch his face go from surprise to concern to possible belief. He puts a hand on Lunira's to kind of help her to sit and process everything, but he steps forward to you and he goes, "If you know me and are from the future, prove it."
Oh.
What do I have on me right now? We don't have any more of his instruments, do we?
No.
Shit. But he would know. He would know about the instruments.
Oh yeah, tell him about the
I'd tell him
instrument.
about the instruments. He recruited us. We had to go get the things of his essence to bring it back so he could hold.
I love
Yep.
this.
Yep. As you explain all that, you see confusion in his eyes when you talk about the instruments. But as you explain the essence and what they are, essentially pieces of him left behind, his eyes widen. That has only happened once. It is why I came back.
Back from where?
You know from where. You've seen it, haven't you? My home?
The Tavern of Realms?
A tavern? That would be fun. Ha 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 ha! I like this. A tavern of realms. I will have to build this.
Oh,
Oh, it's canon. I came up with something pretty unusual.
just
It
bootleg
is-
Paradox the Tavern.
Cool. Except no one's gonna remember if I fade out from existence. Okay, so yes, so I'm telling you the truth. So and turn to our other friend here.
Naira, yeah.
Yeah, I know her name. But I wanna do an insight check. Or ride the 20 that I just did and see what's just going on in her little head right now. What's happening?
What you see with her is jealousy.
Fuck.
Instantly pass across her features as she looks at you. And she watches Thaunis warm up to you. And he's not doing anything other than just listening and trusting and understanding what you're telling him. And yet, for her young eyes, she feels betrayed and hurt. And
Did I just cause the curse?
Oh no! She goes, "Ah!" and explodes. Kills the village.
Can I make a friendship roll so she knows I'm not?
On her to be on you to be like, hey, I'm your descendant or whatever.
Yeah. No.
But
Before
you become a beautiful goddess one day, and we love you.
before she can freak out too much,
Yep.
I would like to explain the fact that I dedicated my adult life to her and her deityness, and that the old version of her. Oh, I shouldn't probably tell her that the old version of her is like bleeding out so I could be here.
Hey, let it ride. Say what you want to say.
I mean, none of this is
That
real.
even into her old adulthood, we are working together to fix the universe. We're like best friends, okay? She saved me from a giant gun at one point.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. And I'm going to say this with as much like
The things friends do.
Yep.
yeah, conviction in my face so she does not curse my village.
As you're talking, explaining this history, describing worlds and events that mean nothing to Lunaira, Thaunis is hanging on your every word. You see understanding. You see remembrance. As if he's been to these places that you've been talking about. And Lunaira just starts to cry silent, angry tears that roll down her face. And she looks at you. And she just shakes her head. And she turns and she leaves. Doesn't say a word. Just goes to her back room. You hear a door close and latch. And you hear a very large thud, like a body hitting a bed.
Okay.
Oh.
And Thaunis looks at you, and he goes,
I could have gone better.
"You said she was a goddess in the future."
Yes. I don't know how that happened between now
I
and
do.
then. Okay.
I know exactly how that could happen.
The sharing circle's open, my friend.
Let me.
It is possible for someone to become a deity if they hold a deity inside themselves. If you had not been here, it is possible that in my grief-stricken state, my broken heart, I would have spent a night with Lunaira. And from that union,
A deity inside.
she could have gotten pregnant.
Got it.
Pregnant.
But it also sounds like that would have left a curse upon this village as well.
The cursed child.
Dang.
It's all coming together. Except not them, they're not.
Now, my God.
Estrella,
Thomas is looking at you like, oh my God.
you realize you have changed history in a big way. You have
Oh,
saved your village, and you have saved your people. But there are other consequences from this change.
of course
I
there
know
are.
how time works.
Yep.
Are you prepared to accept those changes? Because it is not set in stone. You could return to your time. I could give you enough of my energy to heal you, to bring you back to where you belong. And I could woo young Lunaira and spend that night with her.
But that'll be hard.
Your village would be cursed. People would die. But Lunaira would become a goddess.
Oh, God.
she-
So I may have. Oh, no.
And her order could do great good.
Oh, shit. Oh.
And then there's
He would totally be willing, to sacrifice
well, this could be like multiverse theory.
for the greater.
Your timeline exists,
Yeah,
but the other
he's
one.
definitely willing to make her goddess, whatever.
You have a choice in this moment right now, Estrella.
I have a choice and a ticking clock.
Your
Okay.
village or the people that Lunis's order help, including a young version of you.
This sucks. This sucks. What would Estrella do?
It is a task of the greater good.
Well, okay. Yeah, Estrella is gonna stop the curse.
Okay. I'm relieved. I did not want to go in there and try to woo her after that mess that you've made, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hands.
Then, Estrella, when you see me again, hold on to this moment and understand that you are willing to do anything to save the ones you love, no matter the cost. Remind me of this next time we meet, for that is what you bring. You bring a stubbornness. I hope this works as well as you wish. Did you feel time start to shift around you as Thonis fades away? You watch as time moves around you. Lunaira wakes up, sad, confused, but uncursed. And the village continues about its life. Hundreds of thousands of years flash before your eyes, and you watch your village turn from being a simple group of farmers and peasants into a powerful empire. You watch as your people embrace their draconic lineage and tame the elements through the magic of dragons. you see the wonders that they bring and the fires that they cause.
Oh shit. It was the Fire Nation.
For no empire can exist without slaves, without destruction, and without war. Your people are mighty, Estrella. But as time moves closer to your own, you see people lost, afraid, cold, hungry, bloodied, and sick. And you see the temples where they once went vanish from history. And these people with nowhere left to go become beggars, robbers. Some die on the sides of the road to villages. Others are taken in by other families. But while your village grew strong, thousands of other lives were lost without the guiding light of Lunas. Slowly, you step out of the mist, looking to your left and to your right. And you see Yasin and Grim. You see Nim. And you see the mist where Keladri, Kieran, and Mud will step forward. And before you, you see the font of Thonis and the swirl of his memories. But before you can dive into those memories, we shift to Mud.
I can't compete with that.
I love how I stepped out of the mist, and from what I've heard, Yasin had a great self-love moment. I step out of the mist knowing I caused slavery. Great. Great. Mud, I hope you have a nice wholesome time here.
Not going to. Thanks.
This is probably, another timeline. It's like multiverse theory.
Mud, you step onto the path. What do you do?
She doesn't quite know what to do. She's not really ever been the person to be like, oh, I could figure out these things. I could figure out a maze. I don't know. She's gonna start walking, I guess.
As you do, you see a figure in the shadows in front of you, obscured by the mist, but clearly taller.
They're in the mist, so I can't tell who it is, but they're taller than me.
Mm-hmm. It's a bigger frame than yours. Whereas you stand somewhere around 7 to 7.5 feet tall, this person is easily approaching 9 feet.
I'm going to ready my weapon. And she's just gonna kind of go into a ready stance, but she's not gonna do anything quite yet.
As you do, the mist around you changes and flows. You see it cover over the green hedges that surround you and block them entirely from sight until it's just you covered in a sphere of mist, if you will, on all sides. It's all you can see is mist and the figure in front of you. And you watch as the figure walks closer now that you've stopped.
But it doesn't look like it's
Just
doing
walking.
anything, just walking. I'm sorry, I looked down and literally saw a gif of feet. I'm shutting off my phone now. Okay.
Weirdos. Keep y'all fetishes to yourself out of my D&D campaign.
She's gonna stand up instead of being in like this, fighting stance.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna wait though to see if the person comes close enough to see or to like run into her or something.
Okay. As you stand and relax your posture, you're less battle ready. Again, the mist shifts, and you watch it thin and push away until you are surrounded by a very familiar sight. You are in the center of the proving grounds, a fighting pit amongst the Goliath people. Seated all around you in these stands made of wood and stone are your villagers and family and the clan that you remember having left many, many years ago. And in front of you, stepping out of the mist and the last eddies of it as it fades away into a dusty setting, is a monk, a Goliath, like yourself, large. You remember this man. His name is Parthraki, and he is a village elder, one of the guiding voices of your clan. And he is here on the day of your proving, a time which you know is very important to a young Goliath. This is whether or not you will be fully accepted into the village as an adult, or if you will be forever branded as an outcast and seen as nothing more than a child. Parthraki stops 10 feet in front of you and crosses his arms. So, Udrim, we come to your proving day. Tell me what feat you will perform to prove your worth to the clan.
She's going to step forward and kind of bow her head a little bit, so just to be like respectful. And she's gonna say a feat of strength.
Ah, of course. I would expect nothing less from you. What feat shall we witness? Shall it be hand-to-hand combat? Will you break the stone of proving? Will you attempt to outlift your own clansmen? Or will you turn and run? like you did last time.
No, out of anger, she's going to choose hand-to-hand combat.
So be it. You watch as he crosses his arms. He takes the robe off from his shoulders that was hanging there. And you see that despite being an older Goliath, into his 70s for a human, for his species, he is still strong. And his muscles ripple in the fading light of the sun. I will be your challenger. And he puts his arms out in front in just a very calm fighting stance. Will you be using your weapon?
No, I don't need it. And she's actually gonna throw her hammer to the side.
Good. Dothraki is enough.
Oh.
What do you choose to do?
I choose to rage.
Which form?
The muzzle things.
And you do so. As you rage, your features change. The beast takes over. As your muzzle grows longer, as your fangs appear, and you suddenly feel yourself losing control of your rage, and you feel claws growing out from your hands, you feel your tail grow down from your back. Everything now appears at once. And in front of your clan and kin and your mentor Pathraki, you look almost more dragon than Goliath, as all of these forms merge together. And you watch as Pathraki takes a step back. And everyone around gasps. Some scream. A few old people faint. But you get a sense that you are once again being judged for the way you look and the way you act. And that no matter if you do or do not win this fight, you hear them muttering around you, outcast, freak, shifter, mongrel, mud. What do you do?
She's almost gonna have this moment of panic overtake her with everybody saying these things, and she pretty much already knew she was on her way out, but the realization of it was just hits a little harder than she wanted it to.
In that moment, as you panic and lose control, you get this slightest shift in the wind as Pathraki blurs and moves towards you, and you feel a fist smack against the side of your head. Your fight is with me! Do not avert your gaze!
Right? When it's my turn, I will try to grapple him.
Roll d20. Beat a 10.
11.
As you take that hit, you turn and the two of you lock arms and for a moment you feel as if you're going to lose, and then you rise up on your tail and you bear down on Parthraki, and you watch his face grimace as he tries to hold back your strength. Where was this during your last proving? This strength, this spirit? You were nothing but a coward then.
I've been through a lot since then. And I found people who actually give me the courage to fight.
Roll a d20.
That's 6.
13. You feel Parthraki shift his weight as you bear down on him. You're winning the strength contest, but he's old and wise, and he shifts, and you feel yourself flip over his back as you land on yours, dust coughing up with you as you lose your air for a moment. And you feel his forearm on you as he raises a fist, and he goes, "So you have found friends. So you found people who finally accept you. Is that worth leaving your village, your clan, your kin, everything you've held dear?" And you feel this Ip Man-style series of punches just come down from your head down to your stomach as he unleashes a flurry of blows on you, and then steps back to allow you to stand. "Get up, Mudrim. Get up! We're not done yet."
Look it up. She goes, when those friends become your family, the people who ridiculed you and told you you were nothing don't mean anything anymore.
Roll a d20.
7, dang.
I rolled an 8. It's all right. This is close. Parthraki rushes towards you, but you get your hands up in time, and you feel him pound against your forearms, and you're able to block every blow, but you feel the power of this ancient Goliath, this master at arms, and this mentor of the clan, as he lays everything against you. "People died when you left. There was an order to things. We all serve Bahamut, and you could not be a part of that order. You sowed chaos, which sowed dissension. Others left, and our clan fell." And you feel one final hit break through and make contact with your fist. "Everything was lost because of you." And you feel it cut across as blood comes out of your mouth. "Was it worth it, Mud?"
She's going to go attack him. She's getting angrier and angrier, and she's just going to start beating on him, almost kind of like he was, as many times as she can.
Roll a d20 to see if you land anything. Beat a 1.
8.
Yeah, it'll do. You do. You are putting him on the ropes now. Are you saying anything during this fight?
I was on my way out anyway. Even if I showed this power, they're just scared of me. No one wanted me here, so I left. The consequences are not mine.
With your last words, you break through his defense and land a solid tail against his midsection, which catches him off guard. The breath leaves Parthraki, and you feel him crumple to the ground. What do you do?
I'm not sure what happened to all of you. I don't think you really cared what happened to me either. I was already an outcast. But I found more. More people like me. And we made a home. That is what matters.
Rocky slowly stands. Would you die for them?
Of course.
Rocky runs towards you. Full speed. His giant legs carrying him across the arena faster than you can think. What do you do?
I'm going to just step out of the way.
As he rushes, you feel a punch move past your face and come right in front of you. And he stops.
I'm going to almost calm down now and just be like, your dogmatic beliefs are what crumbled this clan. Following something so harshly that you throw your children aside. I was not the end of your clan.
So you would choose your friends as family over this clan?
Every single time.
Rocky straightens himself. He turns to you. And he bows. As he rights himself, you hear him say softly, "That, my little Modrim, is true strength. I'm sorry for what you endured. We're proud of who you've become. You serve your clan well, and you have earned your place with them. As the arena fades, Rocky's form shifts to Thonis, as you know him.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you. Remember this moment, Mud, when we see each other again. You have shown endurance beyond all else. Not just in the strength that you show day after day, but in what you're willing to endure for your friends and for yourself. When you find me again, remember this. Remind me. Oh. Would you like to know who your father is?
That's the one question I've never had answered. I would like to know.
Thonis winks and takes a step back through the mist. There's a reason why you look like a dragon right now. There's a reason why you are so attached to Nimriani Sakuv. Somewhere, somehow, my daughters found each other. Hold on to her. So she doesn't do anything stupid, huh?
That's very hard, you know.
And as he laughs, the mist fades over you. And as you step forward, you turn to your left and to your right, and you see your friends, your clan, step out of the mist with you. And you look to two remaining spots for Kieran and Caladri. And in this moment, all of you stand around the font of Thaunis and realize that once these two emerge, everything will end. And you will have one final chance to save all of reality, to fix what has been done, and to answer the one question still hanging in the balance. Why did it happen? And so, my intrepid party, we will meet one last time for one last adventure. And we will see what wonders are left to behold. That is where we end tonight's session.